Okay, let's move on. Got to keep going. I want to talk about this one. Chanyeol from EXO. If you're not familiar with him, EXO debuted in 2012. These are OGs at this point. They debuted in 2012 on SM Entertainment. They're one of my favorite groups of all time. I think they have the best vocal line in K-pop. Period. End of question. Chanyeol, I always look at as like the gentle giant of the group. He's so tall, and he was cast as a rapper. And I think it's one of these things where if you had a lower tone, they made you be a rapper because he's a great singer. And you see that so much in K-pop, and it drives me effing insane because I love when those lower voices come in. I talked about it with NCT 127 that I think for them, Jaehyun is their ace because he comes in with this baritone that we rarely hear in K-pop. And it's like, ooh, what is this? It's exciting when he comes in. His voice brings such a color to that group and to the songs that a lot of K-pop groups don't have. Stop making lower voices be rappers. Stop. Cast actual rappers as rappers and cast singers as singers. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. I think that's an older formula. I'm hoping that we're getting away from it. But yeah, you don't have to do that. Let's let some lower tones in on the girl and guy side. So Chanyeol, he released a single called Good Enough. And in this one, we get to hear his beautiful voice. We get to hear the lower tones. The sound is pretty simple. This isn't a banger, crazy K-pop song. This is a more subdued song. It's a more mature song. And honestly, at this point in his life and career, this works. I love this. And I love that a lot of the EXO guys, when they do solo stuff, it's very different from the EXO sound because it gives the fans and it gives the listeners a glimpse of who they are individually. I like this. I'm never mad at them doing mature, kind of restrained, chill songs. And maybe that's just because I vibe with that sound. I don't know, but I like this. I love Suho's stuff. Dio, obviously great. Chen, obviously great. And then you don't need me to start doing a monologue about Baekhyun because I won't stop. Like, no, he is otherworldly, the most talented guy in the world. But anyways, back to Chanyeol because I love him too. So the sound is pretty simple, and when I say that, I mean instrumentation. But there is some cool stuff in the chorus. There is a nugget there that's pretty interesting and cool. So there's some texture. There's stuff happening here. What makes this song great for me is the lyrics. It's kind of this whole thing of, or this is what I took from it. This is good enough. Like things will be fine. Enjoy. He's saying, I'm just going to enjoy staying here for a while. And I took kind of all these lyrics as like, sometimes in life, we always are looking at what's next, the bigger goal, where you're trying to get to. And you're not enjoying the small interactions in life. You're not enjoying the small moments. It'd be like right now, if I'm recording, I'm not enjoying the process of talking to you guys and of thinking about this music I love. I'm thinking ahead to editing and what I'm going to say in the release. We do that so much. We live in the future so much. And you don't realize it until things are gone. And of course, you can say that about, things as big as grieving a loved one and you didn't know that would be your last phone call. And that's devastating. But there's smaller things. There's things when you're growing up and maturing that you realize, like, that was my last hangout with that group of friends like that. That's the last time all of us were in the same room. Or even a neighbor that you see every day because your dogs are friends and you talk to them every day. There's so many moments in life that you don't realize it's the last time. And instead of focusing on the future and what's next, it's such a nice reminder in a song like this. This is good enough. Things are going to be fine. That's all going to be fine. I'm going to enjoy being in the moment I'm in right now. And for a lot of us, that's enjoying being in chasing whatever you're chasing. Enjoy the chase. It's not all about the goal. It's that Monsta X song, right? My favorite song. I can't even talk about it without crying. But the dreaming, I think it's so beautiful and heartbreaking. Don't worry, I'm not going to cry on this week's episode. But that's a heartbreaking song because it touches on that, like going for this goal and everything else. And is it getting there, or is it the dreaming that was the best part, you know? And it's kind of never enough once you get there. It's the dreaming, it's the working together towards the goal. It's the moments where you're striving so hard for your goal and you're sacrificing so much. And you'll look back on that fondly and you don't realize it at the time. I love this song because for me, it put me into that mind frame of being grateful for the small moments, not so caught up in the bigger picture and in my goals and in the future. It's hard. It's hard to live in the moment. But I love a song like this that kind of says, I'm okay. Like, this is good enough. Yeah, this is good enough. Just relaxing. And the visuals work really well in the music video too. So I like the song. This is like a very chill coffee house, maybe like chill rainy morning type of song. It's a great vibe. And it reminds me of coffee because it's warm and comforting. So check the song out. I'm a massive fan. And now I want to talk about the music video because we're 2 for 2 tonight with music videos going with the theme of the song. This music video is so a slice of life. It's him in his apartment and he's frustrated because his lamp doesn't work and you can tell he's kind of bored. And then his friend comes over and his friend happens to be his bandmate, Chen. By the way, massive congratulations to Chen and his beautiful wife. They finally had their wedding ceremony 3 years later this past weekend. All the EXO members were there. Everyone looked stunning. This wedding looked out of this world gorgeous, classy, beautiful. And I'm so happy that they did it. You know, they didn't have a wedding because the fans were so mad. Yes, that's what happened. He had to enlist early to try to like quell the fans from rebelling against the whole group because he got married while he was in his 20s. I can't. And that's a rant that I don't have time for, but I personally want everyone in this world to be in love and to be happy. I root so hard for people I love to be in love and be happy. And especially for like these idols, let's get real. I want every single one of these guys that I joke, you know, oh, I'm in love with him. I don't want him to be alone the rest of his life. Why would you want that for someone that you supposedly love? I want them to find love and to have that person that makes their life even better. That's amazing. These guys need that support. These girls need that love and support. Root for love and stop being miserable. And it's such a small percentage of fans, but unfortunately, it's the fans that they're closest to in proximity. It's the Korean fans that buy trucks and that do a black ocean when Chen still performs. You guys need to go touch grass and stop being delusional. There's no room in my world for that negative behavior. Of course, the fans were devastated and upset because he played a fan song at the wedding. And that should just be for them. How dare he play that at his wedding where he married someone else? Oh my God. Y'all. Again, I'm sorry. If you don't understand what's wrong with being upset at a human being for playing one of his group songs at his wedding because you think it belongs to you, nothing that these guys do belong to any of us. We're consumers of a product. We're not, this is where the parasocial relationship thing gets, ugh. Anyway, sorry, I went into a monologue, but that bothers me to no end because I love Chen. I think he's so talented. And to see what his own fans did to him, y'all should be ashamed. Anyways, in the video, he comes in, he actually fixes the lamp for Chanyeol, and they just hang out. It's just guys hanging out, enjoying their time. Nothing crazy happens. It's just friends hanging out in an apartment. So then he leaves, and the next person we see walk in, it's Kyunso, it's Dio. So Dio comes in, they hang out, they're just vibing. And then, and this was the moment I was like, Baek comes in. Baekhyun comes in, and I think for fans who understand this, like those two have a really tight special bond. It's kind of like Han and Lino and Stray Kids. There's something with those two besties that's different, and there's a special friendship with them. So it just felt really cool to watch them hang out because this just felt slice of life. It didn't feel like a music video. So they're like having drinks and playing Uno, joking around. It just felt really warm and nice. And there were moments when the other group members, not Chanyeol, would like look at the camera and give a line of the song. It was very effective. It was very effective. And what it kind of reminded me of, this is a group that's mostly post enlistment. Kai's in right now, and Sehun still has to go. Otherwise, everyone else is out. And that was a group of 9 members. Now, I think we're down to 8 with Lay officially leaving. The door's always open to him. These are guys in their 30s. These are guys that have been there, done that. These were the kings of K-pop. And I kind of took it as like, instead of trying so hard to compete, they're really happy and at peace with where they are. And Chanyeol specifically, like, I want to stay in this moment. This is good enough for me. There's maturity and there's real relatability there for all of us as we age. I loved it. This clearly spoke to me. But it's just a good song. It's just a really nice song. It's a pleasant song. Is this revolutionary? No. But is this a good song that has a message that I think a lot of people will find relatable and kind of a warm hug? Yeah. And we got to see him hanging with his friends who happen to be 3 of the members of EXO. Great. Loved it. Congratulations to Daniel. Obviously, I'm a big fan, and keep putting this stuff out. I love it. And I will always talk about it. I'm always going to promote the solo activities and the kind of one-offs like this, because sometimes they don't get the attention they deserve. So there you go.